Hi, I'm Justin Aquilante, ESA Sales Director, here today with Vanella Yadhadi, Manager, Clean Energy Advisory Services, and Catherine Ruggi, Business Development Manager for NYPA. Ladies, welcome. Vanella, NYPA has made commitments to the CLCPA goals for installed capacity by 2025 and 2030 targets. What are some key initiatives or projects your team has taken on to meet these ambitious goals?
Absolutely. New York State, as you know, has set some of the nation-leading carbon emission reductions and renewable energy goals through the CLCPA. And NYPA has been supporting public entities to lead by example and contribute to these states' goals. Most often, what our group does is to support them as advisors, their owner's rep, basically, to deploy renewable energy projects. Predominantly solar and battery energy storage, because those are the most market viable and commercially viable scalable projects. And over the past 3 years, we have been able to deploy and develop over 300 megawatts. Actually, it's over 350 megawatts of solar PV and 150 megawatts of energy storage projects in different stages of development across New York State that we have in our pipeline for public entities.
Catherine, what does NYPA see as the role of energy storage in grid infrastructure, and what will be needed beyond lithium ion?
Yeah, so one of the things that makes energy storage so appealing is that there are various possible use cases, and every technology has different characteristics and potential applications. So some of the key roles we're currently looking to energy storage for is to aid the integration of renewable energy and the decarbonization of fossil plants, while also ensuring reliability and flexibility of the grid. So obviously a big challenge ahead of us. NYPA has committed to decarbonizing our gas plants by 2035, so 5 years ahead of the state's 2040 carbon-free electricity goal. And we see energy storage as being a major contributor to making that happen. So we're currently working with environmental justice groups under the Peak Coalition to undertake an analysis to investigate how NYPA can use clean energy technologies such as battery storage to transition away from natural gas. And as far as technology goes, our current focus, like most others in the industry, is predominantly lithium ion. However, we're technology agnostic. To meet the state's and NYPA's aggressive goals, we think that long duration storage is going to be necessary. And I expect that the role of grid scale storage will continue to advance due to the technology development as well as policy actions over the coming years.
Vanella, what does NYPA see as the biggest opportunity for its customers for deploying energy storage?
Every project that NYPA has been implementing for its customers is kind of unique in its own way. Take the Jacob Javits Convention Center project, where we're building in Manhattan, where we're building a solar PV project on top of the green roof over the HVAC units as a canopy, and paired with battery energy storage system that's going to support the convention center for peak load shaving, all the way to participating in demand response programs, etc. The other unique example I can take is the JFK International Airport solar PV plus energy storage project. That's kind of like partial community solar plus storage, serving the local community, and the remainder of it supporting the airport facilities itself. So beyond saying that, NYPA also comes up with unique ways to support these customers even further. Another example is we're supporting the city of New York in developing an entire strategic guide to deploying energy storage under local law 181. This is in addition to the solar plus storage projects we're already implementing for the city under local law 181, the previous local law that they had committed to, building 100 megawatts of solar PV by 2025. So the other thing is this market is still evolving. So NYPA always plans ahead, not we always keep up or we stay ahead and abreast of the technology and the markets so our customers can benefit from it. What we've been exploring under new product opportunity that we are offering to our customers right now, that is all public entities in New York State, is for them to enable the customer cited assets to have dual market participation. As for quarter 22 gets further evolved, NYSO has the market rules changed and deployed. NYPA's customers' assets can participate not just in their supporting the peak load shaving opportunities, but also participate in the distribution and wholesale markets as well. And NYPA is looking ahead and supporting these customers in developing these markets.
Catherine, what challenges do you see for grid scale storage?
Yeah, the state's energy storage goals are aggressive, and the economies of scale are not necessarily there yet, especially to support the development of a purely market resource. So those present some challenges. Siting in parts of New York State, especially in New York City, can be a huge challenge to developers, given obviously the limited space available and the high real estate costs. Longer duration storage and new technologies can help reduce those space requirements as well as the cost per megawatt hour. So we're looking forward to seeing those things come to fruition. But all industries have their challenges, and I'm optimistic that we'll reach a tipping point in the next couple of years, hoping to make grid scale storage more attractive.
Vanilla, Catherine, question for both of you. What are the different ways NYPA can work with developers and customers to build the market?
Time is of essence in this industry, considering some of the unavoidable processes like interconnection, permitting that take very long. We wanted to make sure the things that we do have under our control be streamlined. So NYPA has developed a streamlined process for procurement, especially for public entities in New York State. And that kind of helps them that they can take advantage of and helps them to get a developer on board much quicker. How do we get the developers on board that much quicker through our procurement process is NYPA has the ability, and we have a pre-qualified pool of vendors that we have vetted out for their technical expertise, experience, not just in New York State, but in general, and also their financial standing, which becomes imperative and very important for public entity customers, especially. So we have a pre-qualified pool of vendors that we can issue a solicitation or an RFP, whatever you want to call it, on behalf of our customers that gets the developer on board much quicker. So the permitting and interconnection timelines and things like that, they are what they are, but at least the procurement and getting somebody on board and making that relationship quicker is in our control, and we can make that happen for our customers.
Yeah, so similarly on the utility scale side, my group issued a request for qualifications to pre-qualify entities for collaborative opportunities relating to bulk energy storage projects. We are always actively working with developers and market participants to identify and collaborate on opportunities to facilitate bulk energy storage, such as through the recent utility RFPs that were issued. Actually, in 2020, we signed a lease with 174 Power Global, the developer of the East River Energy Storage Project, which won a 7-year contract with Con Edison under their RFP. It's an adaptive reuse of NYPA's Charles Paletti Power Plant site in Astoria, Queens. The lease is supporting the development of that project. It's 100 megawatts, a 4-hour battery. And it's a prime example of the kind of public-private partnership that NYPA undertakes. So NYPA doesn't need to own and operate all of the projects that we're involved in. Our goal is to really facilitate the integration of storage into New York State in whatever way that makes the most sense.
Vanilla, Catherine, thank you for joining me here today. A couple of key takeaways from our interview. 1, your long history in energy storage through your BG pumped storage facility. 2, supporting customers through distributed energy resources. And 3, how you're supporting the CLCPA goals through your cost-effective clean energy storage. Thank you both for joining me here today, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Thank you, too, and see you there.
Looking forward to it.